Many of us may have heard about the United Farm Workers and the national grape boycott that brought to light the issues that for years farm workers were forced to endure: poor pay, dehumanizing working conditions, and degrading living conditions. Few of us have heard about the grape boycott that took place at the University of Washington, a public college campus located in the Pacific Northwest of the United States, locally known as the UW. Organized by the Hub Boycott Steering Committee, this grape strike took place in January of 1969, just as the national grape boycott was gaining momentum. The Chicano students that composed a campus organization called United Mexican American Students, UMAS, in many ways led the Hub Boycott Steering Committee and consequently the boycott itself. The leadership and activism of these Chicano students is reflected in the publication of boycott bulletins. The first of these bulletins was published on January 30th, 1969. Through these bulletins, UMAS and the Hub Boycott Steering Committee, a committee composed of representatives of other supporting campus organizations, informed the University of Washington on the conditions of farm workers, the purpose, and the status of the boycott. In presenting convincing statistics combined with familiar uplifting phrases like Viva la huelga, Viva la causa, Viva la raza, the authors of the bulletin sought to persuade and organize the wider UW community to join the boycott in support of the farm workers and to put pressure on the UW administration to stop selling scab grapes in the Hub. The Hub, HUB, was an acronym for the Husky Union Building, which housed the campus cafeteria and other food facilities. In asking the community to not buy food at the Hub, the Chicano students that formed the UW chapter of UMAS were also inviting the greater UW community to join in on the larger United Farm Workers movement. The UW UMAS chapter was not the only nor the first Chicano college campus organization engaged in supporting the efforts of the United Farm Workers. A grape strike similar to that of the UW took place a year before in 1968 at UC Berkeley. Student activism throughout the state of California in support of the United Farm Workers was key in providing a critical mass of people on the picket lines and in demanding that colleges and universities boycott grapes. The UW grape boycott, then, was not just part of the greater United Farm Workers movement, but also of a larger student movement. The leadership role of the University of Washington UMAS chapter in the UW grape boycott is noteworthy, given the incredibly small population of Chicano students on campus. In response to the struggle and demands of the UW chapter of the Black Student Union, the UW administration implemented the Special Education Program, whose goal was to increase the enrollment of historically underrepresented students and to provide them with assistance in academics and adjustment to the university environment. Of the 247 students that were enrolled as a result of this program for the 1968 to 1969 academic year, 35 were Chicano, bringing the total population of Chicano students at the University of Washington only to 60. A number equal to 0.2% of the total student population. UMAS was organized a little more than a month after the academic year began. Prior to 1968, an organization specifically for Chicanos or Latinos did not exist at the University of Washington. Through their leadership role in the boycott, UMAS, a very new student organization, made such a great impact on campus and drew responses not only from other students but also the school administration. Their work in calling the community of the University of Washington to action is indeed impressive and reflective of Chicanismo in the Pacific Northwest.